Hey everybody, it's day 7, and today when I weighed myself I was 200.5 pounds, which is about an 8.3 pound weight loss for this first week. You're not actually supposed to lose weight that fast. Most people lose between 2 and 5 pounds the first 2 weeks on Medifast because when you change your diet so drastically, it causes you to just lose a lot of weight. And so for me, that was 8.3 pounds. So that's really exciting for me. Next week, I won't expect to see quite as big of a loss, but I'm excited to see what happens in the future. This past week, the only struggles that I think that I really had were, there was one time where I was like, man, I could really use some fast food right now. But I fought through it, and it's not that you can't have fast food, it's just that you have to be very strategic about the fast food that you order. So you might be able to go to Panda and get just the veggies and the teriyaki chicken without the teriyaki sauce. I think that would probably be fine, which I did this week once, but largely fast food isn't really that good for you, so I wouldn't recommend it. But other than that, this week has been pretty simple, and it's really been motivating to step on the scale when I maybe am feeling a little bit discouraged, and to see that I'm still losing weight. It's really helpful and really encouraging. So I'm going to keep trying to lose and hopefully get to my goal weight before May. So last time we had a video, we talked about the basics. You eat 5 of the Medifast meals a day and 1 of your own. But I want to kind of talk a little bit more about how that looks, what that looks like, how it works. The 5 meals that you eat, or the 6 meals all day that you eat, you can eat at whatever, in whatever order you want. So you don't necessarily have to have a breakfast thing for a breakfast, or what people would consider a dinner thing at dinner. Some people may have a brownie for breakfast, or if you really want to, you can have mac and cheese. I like the eggs myself, or the cappuccino. But the way that it works is you're really trying to eat every 3 hours. So this morning when I woke up, my first meal was around 6. My next meal I tried to make around 9, and then 12. And so on and so on. So you're basically eating every 2 to 3 hours. That way your body stays full. You can have your lean and green whenever you want to, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, in between, whatever works best for you. I tend to have mine at between lunch and dinner, sometimes lunch, sometimes dinner, sometimes right in between, just because that's when I desire to feel more full. I don't know what you would do for breakfast, but I mean, if you really wanted to put your veggies in your breakfast, that you can totally do that. But you can have eggs for your lean protein, chicken, any lean meat. And if you order from Medifast, they give you a folder with information about how much of everything you can eat, which is really nice and helpful. For those of you who are doing Medifast or may want to do it in the future, something that you're probably going to hear a lot about is the habits of health. Now, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, this guy right here, he's also known as Dr. A. He has come up with this habits of health, and he has a lot of really great habits that we should all build to become healthier people. So in his book, there's a workbook that goes with it. He kind of talks first of all about how the American society tends to deal with sick people instead of trying to make people more healthy. So we kind of have sick care instead of health care, which I thought was a really interesting point, and I think a really good point. Even going into nursing, we learn all about the drugs and the treatments for people who are already sick, and we talk about prevention for people who are at risk. And obviously we know that we shouldn't be overweight or smoking, and these are the things that cause people to be unhealthy. But we don't really talk about how to actually achieve health before we get sick. So he kind of talks about the different habits that we should focus on before we get sick in order to lead healthy lives. So that's kind of the difference between surviving and thriving, right? We can survive and do good enough to keep ourselves alive, but are we really living the life that we can live by being healthy people? So he has 8 habits of health that he's going to focus on in this book. I'm only in the beginning of it, so you're learning right along with me, but The 8 habits that he talks about are obviously, the first one is healthy eating, and that can be really hard to do in our society because we are very big on fast food and dining out and all of that. But obviously eating healthy is really important. The second thing is the habit of moving your body, so exercise. And that, I know a lot of people think exercise isn't fun. One of the things he says here is it's more often made up of fun activities and clever strategies that make moving your body easy and fun, including some you've probably never even considered. The next thing is strategic behavioral habits. I'm excited to hear more about that because I don't really know what it means, but it talks about like understanding your patterns and triggers, things like that. The next one is the habit of support through nutrients, so feeding the right amount of nutrients that has vitamins, nutrients, minerals, all that good stuff. The next thing is reducing dangerous inflammation. So when we treat our body bad, obviously we have things like arthritis happen or other inflammatory diseases that happen throughout the body. So how do we prevent that and reduce what's already there? The next one, which I like a lot, is the habit of good sleep. I know that I probably don't get enough sleep, and it's probably not very good sleep when I do get it, just because I'm so busy, but I want to, for my own health and for my future, be able to make that change so that I'm a healthier person. The next thing is the habit of creating a positive environment. So having kind of a building, they call it in here a health bubble. I think that's exciting. And then the habits of support. Who in your friendships or family members, for people on Medifest, your health coach can help you build that support system that you need to be able to do anything, accomplish anything, but especially to live a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to get this book, I can put a link below that kind of that will take you to a website where you can buy this and other Medifast products. I do like the workbook that goes along with it. So if you're going to get it, I suggest getting both because it really helps you to assess where you are